Shohei Ohtani is now in the news. Shohei Ohtani, obviously a superstar. Let me read what they wrote for me. Representatives of Shohei Ohtani on Wednesday accused his interpreter of engaging in massive theft. Accused his interpreter of massive theft of the ballplayers' funds to place bets with an allegedly illegal bookmaker who is the target of a federal investigation. His interpreter has now been fired. There's a legendary scene at the NFL Rookie Symposium where Chris Carter, noted wide receiver, media member, gets up in front of the rookies and says, you got to have a fall guy. You got to have somebody that's willing to take it. And in Shohei Ohtani, in my opinion, he's got a guy that's willing to take it. Willing to take the heat. Willing. Now, it's alleged that the interpreter lost $4.5 million, and Shohei Ohtani paid that off. It's alleged that the interpreter did not bet on baseball. The interpreter said, that's a rule that I knew. Did not know that whom he bet with wasn't legal. You know, it's really kind of stupid if you think about it to get caught illegal sports gambling. I mean, we got every freaking kind of sports book in the world. DraftKings and FanDuel and MGM and Hard Rock, you name it, we got it. And if you're still dealing with an illegal bookmaker, it means one of two things. One, you're stupid, or one, you're really good. Or two, you're really good. Because I have a friend who's really good. He's won money off of these people to the tune of $1 million a year. And guess what? He ain't allowed back on no more. So he's got to go to a bookie. All right. In a statement, the West Hollywood law firm Burke Beckler said, in the course of responding to recent media inquiries, we discovered that Shohei has been the victim of a massive theft, and we are turning the matter over to the authorities. Mizuhara is the guy. Mizuhara placed bets. Mizuhara requested anonymity. One of the sources said that Mizuhara was not truthful when asked about the Times inquiry. He was still interpreting. He's been fired. All right, but here's the deal. I don't know about you, but I look at things like this. If you're going to lie in one area, you're probably going to lie in another area. And guess what? Shohei Ohtani, his interpreter being fired is interesting to me. Let me just go through this just a little bit. Ipi Mizuraha is a longtime friend and interpreter for Ohtani. He got gambling debts with a Southern California bookmaker. All right? Here's the problem. Ohtani paid him off. And this guy, Boyer, who he bet with, listen to this, dealt directly with Mazin, who placed bets on international soccer matches and other sports, but not baseball, they say, starting in 2021. Boyer was aware of the name in a wire transfer, but chose not to ask any questions as long as the payments came in. However, Boyer allowed Ohtani to be perceived as a client. Now, everybody's backing it up. I mean, everybody's sitting there going, hey, man, Ohtani is not involved. All right, really? You believe that? I mean, do you really believe that $4.5 million was taken out of Ohtani's account, paid off these debts with a Southern California bookmaker, and Ohtani just simply did it? No, he just did it. He didn't worry about it. He just did it. Okay, that's what we're doing. So this guy, Matthew Boyer, who was running the bookmaking scheme, just took the money. It came from Ohtani. Now, guess what? I don't buy this for a second. I think we got a little Pete Rose situation here, and the guy on the right is the fall guy. You're telling me that, hey, man, you're my good friend. Hey, man, you know what? I need your help. I lost $4.5 million. You're going to pay it? It came from his account. Now Ohtani's saying, well, I didn't pay it. I didn't know it was coming from my account. Really? I mean, look, I'm not a big money guy like Ohtani, but I make enough that I want to keep track of it. I mean, I do. I want to keep track, and when this phone goes off from Fifth Third Bank, I know something's going down. I don't know. So this guy Boyer is going to face felony charges. His home was raided, but I'm curious. This is a big scandal. It really is. So the Mizrahi guy, the interpreter you see right there, said, I'm terrible at gambling, never going to do it again, never won any money. I mean, I dug myself a hole. It kept getting bigger, and it meant I had to bet bigger to get out of it, kept losing. It's like a snowball effect. So after, allegedly, Ohtani agreed to pay the debts, Mizrahi said Ohtani logged onto his own computer and sent the wire transfers under Mizrahi's supervision in installments over 7 months. They added loan to the description field in the transaction. Well, no shit. Yeah, no kidding. It's like if you have a gambling debt and you pay it on Venmo, you put golf. I mean, what? Oh, we had to add a description for the wire. I think Boyer might have told me just put loan. You had to put something. Ask why Ohtani simply didn't give him the money. Mizrahi said he didn't want me to gamble it away. Ms. Hurrah told Ohtani he would pay him back. Yeah. Now, Ohtani's people are saying it was massive theft. Really? Oh, okay. All right. Now, Mizrahi walked back on it. He stated that Ohtani had no knowledge of his gambling debts, his gambling activities. Obviously, this is my fault. I'm ready to face the consequence. Yeah, you are. Sure you are. Because you figured it out, big boy. Hey, look, we got to get our story straight. All right, I'll say it was a wire transfer with loan on it. Okay. Wait, that means Ohtani knew. Wait, no, he didn't know. Really? I don't know, man. My beautiful mother is a third-grade teacher. And she taught me a long time ago, if somebody's going to lie about one thing, pretty sure they're going to lie about most things. And there's no chance in holy hell that this is as described. Why do I say that? Because it's described two ways. One with Ohtani sitting there going, blah, 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 loan. The other with, and I'm quoting here, he had no knowledge. He had no knowledge. Really? All right. I don't get it, man. Here's the deal. Ohtani had no knowledge of his gambling activities, debts, or efforts to repay them. That's one. The other one was Ohtani agreed to pay the debts. Ohtani logged in to his computer. Ohtani sent wire transfers under the guy on the right, Mizrahi, supervision in installments over 7 months. They added loan. Well, let me ask you a question. Which is true? Which is true? And all you got to do is look, were they over several installments? And was there the word loan? Look, I don't give a damn what Ohtani does. I don't give a damn what his interpreter does. I don't give a damn about any of it, except to say this. Gambling, you're going to see it every day, man. You're going to see it every way. You're going to see both things that are in play here. One, a dude chasing, assuming that's true. Let's just say that the interpreter's true. He's not telling a lie. I'm chasing. It's a snowball. That's a fact, Jack. In fact, there are ads. Hey, look, don't chase. All right? That's a fact. Second thing is, in gambling, man, oh, man, got people going broke, and man, oh, man, are we going to see it every day. We're going to see every day something in sports is hindered, tampered with, or influenced by gambling at the level of the player. And again, there's a big sign in every clubhouse in Major League Baseball, every NBA locker room, every NFL locker room, don't bet on it. And it tells you what you face. Isaiah Rodgers for the Colts was stupid. He got kicked out of the league. Not going to kick Ohtani out. You know, that whole thing about saving face. Ohtani will save face. It doesn't really matter. Who cares? Even if he bet on baseball, I really don't care. I know this is what's happening. Like, you can say it's not, you can act like it's not, but I live in the real world. There's a Hall of Fame player. Friend of mine was a coach. We walked up to him at the batting cage. What's on your betting slip? He pulled out a betting slip from his back pocket. Don't even try to tell me this isn't true. Don't even try to tell me this isn't accurate. Don't even try to tell me that we didn't see this with Phil Mickelson and others. We didn't see this with Pancake Smith at Arizona State. I've told you this before. When gambling was even illegal, we saw it at Northwestern. One of my assistant coach was an assistant at Northwestern. This is in the 90s. Basketball. They had a fixing scandal, kid from Indy and a kid from Louisville. When they went back and looked, it was like blue chips. Oh, yeah, this is prevalent. This is going to be, all right, if not every day, every week. And don't think it's not. And if you think, now I'm become my wife, if you think that players, coaches aren't doing it, aren't influenced by it, you're insane. Now, if I'm Ohtani, what the hell? $4.5 million? Yeah, you can pay that back. Sure. But this is before he signed a big deal. I don't know. If I'm Ohtani, I'm not sure I want to, swim in these waters. Because these waters are the only way Ohtani goes down.
You had one of the big reactions to the Shohei Ohtani news about him getting ripped off by his interpreter, which, oh my gosh, I mean, someone you keep as close as that around you all the time. This was one of Shohei Ohtani's best friend who was found to be embezzling tons of money for him to be used in sports gambling. And you had the reaction, this is huge and wild. Shohei Ohtani's interpreter being accused of stealing millions of his funds to illegally place bets and is under federal investigation. Ohtani has such a close circle, insanely private and reserved. So the fact that this happened, ... I mean,
yeah. Well, the ... yeah. So the ... is what I've been it's been going wild. My phone's been blowing up nonstop. So here's the thing. I think, and it's just my opinion, I think either Ohtani was the one doing the betting or he knew exactly what was going on. And it's because this guy, his interpreter, was his right-hand person for years, spent 365 days a year with Shohei Ohtani. And now we find out that the interpreter, the translator was $4.5 million in debt, had $4.5 million in debt to a bookie, okay, to an illegal bookie that was under FBI, was being wiretapped, and everything was under federal investigation. Of course, Ohtani and his right-hand person didn't know about this. Now, my point is, and my argument is, the interpreter was making probably around $300,000 a year. There is no bookie in the world that would let somebody have over a $4 million bankroll over $300,000 income, okay?
Yeah.
I don't care who your best friend is, okay? And also, more telling, and this is very important, you know, and don't want to get too much in the weeds here, but understand this if you're watching this, all right? The interpreter gave an interview with ESPN and said that Shohei Ohtani knew what was going on and wired him 2 payments of $500,000 each, okay, in order to help settle these debts. Before ESPN the next day went with it, Ohtani's people reached out, lawyers did, and said, no, that's not true. This guy stole the money from us. So they completely changed the story around and are now claiming that it's theft now. So like that is they're changing the narrative already, probably because they realize Ohtani is definitely in some sort of legal jeopardy right now.
Wow.
So now they're saying they're disavowing all knowledge now, even though they had come out originally and said, yes, this happened. They also have wire transfers from Ohtani's account that he signed himself.
Why would Ohtani do this? I mean, I guess you kind of develop a bigger than thou mentality. I don't know, because Ohtani, how much money does he make? I mean, is he the highest paid player in MLB?
So he just signed a $700 million
Right.
contract for 10 years. He's
Right.
got plenty of endorsement money and all that. It comes down to the fact that, once again, he either knew and was helping bankroll this guy, his interpreter, that he knew what was going on, considering he's been with them every single day now for years, or he was having this guy place the bets for him. Of course, you can't prove that yet, but that's what it would. I think it's one or the other.
Wow. Well, I wonder. Okay.
And they also didn't know he was under investigation. So he thought, hey, I'm just wiring this guy money. Why not? And then the guy ends up betting with it. It's just not good optics for Major League Baseball's hero right now, international star. It depends how much the Department of Justice is going to look into it. But when I tell you that this story is going to be massive and we're just breaking it down just a little bit, we know, I'm going to be all over it. All over it.
I hope you are, but also I'm interested to see what's going to happen with Ohtani. I mean,
oh yeah.
Well, I mean, you have to at least be looking at a suspension, long-term suspension, as the investigation's underway, and God knows how long that could take. We all know how they like to drag their feet and stuff like this. So okay,
that's only if Major League Baseball will go after him, and I don't know if they're going to. So because
I mean, that would be horrible for them too. That's
they can't afford. They can't afford.
They can't.
He's the biggest name in all of baseball internationally now. Internationally. And that's a lot of money coming in. And just like David Stern in the NBA ended up, sending Michael Jordan to go play baseball because of his gambling debts. They were just like, oh, we have to hide this. Just go play baseball and quit basketball for a year. What the hell are they going to do here in the world of social media and internet sleuths these days? In 2024, you can't. It's going to be wild. It's going to be really interesting to see what the next move is.